Hey y'all. Also, I say y'all, I'm not from the South, and I don't mean to be appropriating or anything. I just think we really need a second person plural. So I've always loved y'all because it distinguishes from the second person singular. Like, why does English do that? Why don't we have like a canonical second person plural? I think it should be y'all. So I use y'all. Anyway, that aside, I want to get a whole bunch of other videos done. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do some of them this weekend. But in the meantime, I have passed the second month mark. And like with the first month, I want to shout out some booktubers that I've been watching that are under 1,000 subscribers to kind of give them some support. Just recommendations for where you can kind of go to encourage some of the newer and smaller booktubers. So at the smallest, with 34 subscribers currently at the time of this recording, is Musings by Elaine. She is just really sweet and really like upbeat and positive. She's got a great energy about her, and so like when you watch one of her videos, you just feel more ready to take on the day. So I like watching her in the morning. Yeah. Good booktuber. I can't wait to see where she goes. Next up, I have a Natty Nook with 48 subscribers. This account, I don't even know how I found them. It was maybe it was a Booktube newbie tag. I'm not really sure. But recently I found they posted one video about, like, going through the books they received as gifts and, like, reflecting on that gift and reflecting on, like, what that means about what the person who gave it to them thinks about them. So that was really neat, and I definitely kind of want to take that idea and do a similar one. Didn't make it like a tag or anything, but I think it could totally work as a tag, and I think that it's one that a lot of people would have some really interesting answers to. So I highly recommend you check out that video and then, maybe do it yourself, because I think that that'll be a very rich conversation. Also recently had a video about that was just like very authentically talking about where she's at, and I don't know, she seems very meditative and reflective, and I like having more creators like that in my feed, so I'm really excited to see how that channel grows as well. Third is Taylor Reads. I think that Taylor Reads and I have some different interests in books, so I've seen a lot of the more like fantasy, YA, a lot of the names of books that are coming up a lot but don't instantly like grab me as something that I want to read. But the way that she expresses her journey through it and so forth really does make it seem engaging and gives me enough information so that I can kind of get a sense of like what everybody's talking about and reflect on like, if I do want to pick up one of these books, which one will I want to pick up? Because, it is good to be, like, well-rounded, and so, even though I tend to avoid these sorts of books, I might want to pick up one, and her channel really helps me, like, guides me through which one I will want to pick up at that time, so, but yeah, she's also, like, upbeat and positive, and has a good energy, so I like that one as well. Okay, next category. So that was all of the under 100s. Now we've got the 100 to 500 range. And the first one I want to shout out is Hey, It's Shay. I did not get this out before Shay got to 100, and I kind of feel sad about that. But Shay's gonna be big. Like, seriously, go check out her stuff now. She makes videos like she's been doing it for years. She knows what she's doing. She critically reads at a deep level, and like even when she doesn't like a book, she's got a rant review that like really picks it apart, but also very clearly delineates like how she tried to be fair to it, even though she knew that she wasn't going to like it. She does have a problem putting books down, but she also usually has very high standards for what she's going to pick up because she knows what she likes, and I like seeing that in a booktuber. But in this case, she was just like, this seems interesting, and so she picked it up and she was like, and I shouldn't do it that way. She's had some videos where she's just like really authentically trying to like figure out her own like thoughts and feelings and sharing them. And she's also had some very educational videos for like good books to bring, like, race into kids literature that for kids that you, like, have in your life. So yeah, I so far have loved basically everything I've seen of her, and I highly recommend everybody look into her. I would not be surprised if by the end of next month she's already at 1,000. We've seen a couple of people join Booktube and just, like, blow up really fast, and, like, the quality of Shay's content is totally there for that to happen for her as well. So highly recommend. Next is Native Lady Book Warrior, and I don't know about you, but I've had some challenges trying to find native booktubers. There are a few. I know that two that come to mind are Thor Wants Another Letter and Etu Brody, but Native Lady Book Warrior is one that's currently in that 100 to 500 range. She currently has 443, and she's really positive. She's a lot of fun. She does good reviews of the books that she reads. She also does this thing where she has a non-spoiler and a spoiler review, so you can watch the non-spoiler, read the book, and then come back for the spoiler review and, like, have the conversation there. And I like that idea of separating them. So I'm really excited to, like, read some of the books that she's recommended and join in the conversation there. She also recently had a video wherein she goes with her family and she, like, walks the land that she used to, run cross country on Hopi land. I believe it's Hopi. I apologize if I am incorrect, but you should check out her video. It's great. It really, like, brings you into her life and into her world. Highly recommend Native Lady Book Warrior. The next one is Ravens and Pages. This channel is just, it's so good. It's really good. It's got a nice youthful energy while also, like, having good, like, high standards and rigor, and I've found it refreshing. So, like, with all the things that have been going on racially in this country, I mean, forever, but, like, especially lately, I've been a little cautious with white booktubers, and I imagine people have been cautious with me as well, like, we're gonna fuck it up, and I have really appreciated the way in which Ravens and Pages has modeled for me ways that I want to show up as a white booktuber. I feel like she holds a standard that is rigorous while also fun. She has that. So my girlfriend teaches, and she also has this, like, high standard but fun feel about her, where, like, she can just, like, clip off one-liners at students, like, students will, like, pop off with something, and she'll pop off with something right back that will, like, check the problematic thing that's happening in a way that maintains her own, like, social cachet as a cool teacher, while not causing problems for that student. And I feel like that's kind of the vibe that I get off of Ravens and Pages as well, is, she's got a standard. She knows a lot of things that she won't accept, and she doesn't accept them, but she doesn't have a problem with, like, using humor to get that point across, or, like, using like, snappy, sharp, like, quick things to get that point across. She's able to, like, strip it away very plainly, and that's, I don't know, I find it lovely, but she's great. Check her out. The next group is the 500 to 999. The first one in that group is Penelope The Paperback Cat. She is from New Zealand, I believe. It's either New Zealand or Australia, but I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand. And she reads a lot of New Zealand and Australian literature, but also a lot of basically everything. She gets a lot of stuff from her library, and she really, like, takes you on a journey through her month. She also has this thing that she does where she, like, has the reads for that month, like, compete against each other to decide, like, who wins is, like, the best read of the month, which I think is kind of fun. It's like a bracket, and so it kind of, like, takes you along her process of, like, weighing these books against each other. And yeah, I don't know. She also made this, like, TBR machine website where you can go and like click a button and get a TBR prompt. And so she's been using that for her TBR videos. And I thought that was really creative and cool. She's really fun. She's got a like fun, youthful energy about her, even though it's clear that she's not one of the younger YouTubers. She's still like just living her best life is how the energy that she puts off. So she's great. Next up is Mooney Reeds. Mooney is, I believe, living in Spain, but grew up in Venezuela, I believe. I'm really bad at keeping all of the details in my head about all the things, and if I were smart, I would do research, but I can't even, like, do research to get some, like, book videos out. I apologize, Monica, if I'm wrong. She's really great. She's very, like, high energy and very present, and she is curious about things. So she'll wonder about something and she'll process it with you and try to like start thinking about just stuff that comes to her mind. She reads a decent amount. That's always nice. Her TBRs and wrap-ups are always very interesting. She has a lot of things that have to do with nature, and so they're like fiction but nature. There may also have been some like nonfiction in there. Anyway, like I find myself frequently saving her videos to my, like I have a playlist that's just like, go here if you're like trying to find a book that'll fit a prompt and you can't find one in books you own. Like there's probably something in here that you really want to read, but you've done a good job at not buying it. And so I think that there's a lot of really great reads there that I don't hear from in other channels. So I think if you're wanting to diversify your reading experience, then her channel may be good for just getting some different ideas on your plate for what you can read. And last up is Tea Time Tea Reads, and this channel is really fun. It's really like high energy. The intro video is a little repetitive after you've watched a couple of the videos, because it's like her singing and bouncing on her bed to part of the song from Tangled of like, maybe I'll read a book, and it's great. Like she clearly is just like, I'm here, I'm having fun, I'm doing my thing on my channel, this is what it is. I'm bouncing on my bed with books. And yeah, she reads a lot of both the kind of like Taylor, like a lot of the books that I'm not going to be as interested in. But again, like if I want to try to like broaden my reading experience, she gives me enough to go on that I'll be able to find the book in those genres that I'm most likely to enjoy, and I use that to help me triangulate with like what other people say and so forth. And I feel like she's one of the ones also that's been getting into more nonfiction, and I've been enjoying her journey. She's great, and she's close to 1,000, so check her out, see if that's up your alley. That's going to be all for me today. I've made it to 2 months, so that's great. I think for wrap-ups, I might end up just waiting until the end of August and then just calling it summer wrap-up and just lumping in June and July, maybe do it in a couple of parts, because I don't know, we're already like a week into August, so at this point, like if I just wait a month, it'll seem intentional. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's given me advice for how to watch more videos. I've been doing some of that. Reading's going well. I hope you found some folks here. I hope you found some folks here that you will resonate with and want to engage with, and that we can continue making this community even stronger. Anyway, if you can pick one person on your list, on your subscribed list, that I've not highlighted, that has less than 1,000 subscribers, who would it be and why? Go ahead and put that in the comments below if you've made it to this point. All right. Have a good day, everyone.